let's say, for instance, in Europe, when you say Nigeria, it's all sorts of negative news that just comes up. Hi, and welcome to Esperance on Sabbatical with Esperance and
Jace, Jace,
J
Jace,
Jace. Jace,
Jace,
yeah.
yes.
So today, Jace is going to be. We're in Nigeria, in Lagos. All right, his home turf, and then today I will be learning Yoruba
You're
language.
welcome. I'm ready to teach you, man. I'm ready.
All
Ladies and
right.
gentlemen, you're welcome wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
You're welcome to my guy's channel. So I'm gonna be teaching him some Yoruba language, and if probably I'm teaching him some Pidgin English. Are you guys ready? Roll it, roll it, roll it. You ready? Are you sure you're ready?
I think they're ready, and then the reason why I'm learning this is not just out of interest. Well, I am interested, but also it helps to know the local language so that it's you can navigate your way around. Because when you get to Nigeria, although the official language is English, each and every region has its own main language. Which in this case for Lagos is Yoruba. Ekure, Ekure.
That's not it.
What is it?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Akure.
Accurate.
Akure, yes.
Accurate is the state. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying good morning.
Good morning is a caro.
A caro, yeah. A caro,
Have you
just.
started?
Yes, I have a caro.
Probably we are not in the morning.
Yeah. So
We are in
what do you say in the
Eku
afternoon?
Irole. Eku Irole. Irole is evening. So let's start properly. Anything you want to know, let me know. I'm going to tell you in
Okay.
Yoruba language. This is one of the simplest language to learn in Nigeria whenever you come. Yoruba is one of this. Okay, actually, everything is simple because I'm trying to protect my language identity. So
Yeah.
Yoruba is very simple,
Yeah.
depending on you actually.
No, I think it's also a very important language, considering that when people hear of Nigeria, they think Lagos, and Lagos is like Yoruba land, right?
Yes, yes. Lagos is the Yoruba land. So whenever you think about Nigeria, you think about Lagos, you think about the Yoruba land. And again, I would like to tell you that I don't mind the noise. We're in a place whereby people are here to have fun. So we would have done it in the house, but then we need to like get out of the comfort zone, to make this. You guys ready? So my friend, what would you like to know? Tell me what.
All right, we'll start with the basics.
All
All
right,
right.
the basics. All right,
Well,
first thing I would like you to know about Yoruba language is it's a very very broad language, like very very broad. Yoruba is a very very broad language, whereby we have tone marks.
okay.
We have our tone marks. What does the tone mark stand for? It stands for the tone mark stand for you to recognize each word because we have same word with same spelling, but
Different intonation.
different. No,
Tone.
same word, same intonation with different meaning. So what makes you understand it is the tone mark.
Oh, okay.
You guys understand? For example, it's just like sheep, sheep, sheep. That's the same pronunciation, different spelling,
Yes.
different meaning.
Yes.
But in Yoruba language, you can have something
Same
like same pronunciation,
Same
same spelling, but different meaning. Do you understand now?
I get it.
For example, you have sheep, SHIP. That's the sheep on the water.
I
Then we have SHEEP. That's the sheep, the animal. But in Yoruba, let's assume we have Ewa. 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 Ewa is beans. Do you get me now? Ewa. Oh, the noise. All right. Ewa is beans. Ewa is beauty.
Beauty.
Beauty. Ewa is beans. Ewa is beauty. That has a different intonation, but same spelling, but different meaning. I just gave you a similar example to the sheep and sheep. Same pronunciation, but different meaning and different spelling. But this is same pronunciation,
Everything.
different meaning,
Different meaning.
different
and
same spelling. Ewa, beauty. Ewa, beans. So what differentiates this? When you write Ewa, EWA, that's the English format. But in the Yoruba format, they say Ewi A. You don't say EWA. EWA is English, but Yoruba say Ewi A. That's Ewa. But once you write it down like EWA without the tone mark, as a Yoruba person, you just come. What is this? What is this Ewa? Is this
Is it beans
Ewa?
or is it
Is
beans?
it beat? So that's it. That's the basics. Then we have the vowel sounds, we have the consonant sounds, just like the English. A, E, E, O, O, U. So we have it like that.
So let's say, for instance, I'm not a Lagosian, but I'm here in Lagos, and then I want to blend in, in with with the people. So, what are the words, the easiest Yoruba words that I can learn that can help me to move around Lagos without much trouble?
That's a very, very good question. Like a very, very good question. Whenever you get to a particular country, the first thing you learn is their greetings. The first thing you learn is how to greet, how to approach anybody, because nobody nobody knows you, nobody know where you're coming from. Once when you approach them like, hey, some might feel disrespected, but the first thing you learn when you travel to any country is their language. So when you find yourself in Nigeria, Lagos to be precise, a western part of the country which we speak Yoruba, the first thing you learn is how to greet, because in Yoruba we so much cherish respect. We so much cherish respect. Yoruba is the only culture in Nigeria that cherish respect more. Yoruba people greet you with everything. When you are eating, they have the way they greet you. When you are sleeping, they have the way they greet you. Even when you are
When you
sleeping,
sleep,
when you're sleeping,
so somebody is asleep.
somebody that sleep, they greet the person. They don't care you spend or not. Even when you are in the toilet, they greet you. When you're plating your hair, they greet you. They have the ways of greeting every time. So they value respect. So the first thing you learn is how to greet. Once you find yourself in Lagos, once you see a man, he said, "Epele sa, epele ma." That's sa for a man, the ma for a woman. Epele sa, era sa o, era ma o, era sa o, era ma o. When you say era to somebody that is older than you, it's like disrespectful. So you have to put the sa, era sa, or era ma. You know, sa is an English word.
Yes.
So I'm just telling you because we are in a civilized world, and that's it. You can say if you are in the morning, you are in the morning, then you want to approach anybody, you can just say ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàárọ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn, like good morning there, ẹ káàárọ̀. But if you're in the afternoon, you say ẹ káàsán. Once you learn how to greet anybody, you greet them first, they are ready to tell you anything. Most especially, I'm repeating it, if you find yourself in the Yoruba land and you need any favor, make sure before you start asking for the favor, you greet them.
You don't just do like some English speakers. They'll just be
Nah.
like, "Excuse me, can I?" No.
This is a warning. I'm looking at it. I'm warning you. Once you find yourself in the Yoruba land, they value respect so much that you have to greet them. Ekason, if you're in the afternoon, or if you are in the evening like this, Eku Irole. The air I'm using in front of it is for an elderly person. I told you yesterday. It's for an elderly person. Or if there are more than one, use in everything you want to do. Eba mi gbele, eba mi mu yen, eba mi shele. You use Do you understand?
I get it.
That's for another. But if you say Karo, they might understand you are not Yoruba to your accent, but they will answer you still. But if you are a Yoruba person and you say for somebody that's older than you, that's a trouble.
So you don't say caro, you say a caro.
You can say Karo for somebody who you are older than.
Okay.
Do you understand? You can say Karo for somebody you are older than. You understand?
I do.
But if you are talking to somebody that is older than you, you say Ekaro. Or if there are more than one, you say Ekaro.
And then the Yoruba language is spoken in about 6 states, so knowing it will not just limit you to Lagos, but within the environment. I mean the regional.
Yeah. We have like 6 states in the Yoruba land, but they speak different Yoruba.
Okay.
But there's a general Yoruba that's basic that everybody understands. You understand? Like everybody understands it. So far, you are a Yoruba person, they understand. But Yoruba, there's some like Ijebu, Ibadan, Oshun, Ondo, Ekiti. They speak different Yoruba, but same meaning. But they can actually, if they don't want to speak it, they can actually speak the normal basic Yoruba. Like for instance, in the normal Yoruba is, uh let's say I want to look for a very simple thing. Iyami, Iyami, that's my mother. My mother. My mother. Iyami. That's the normal Yoruba. Every Yoruba state understands. But let's assume that an Ijebu person wants to say Iyami. He or she will say Iyeni. Iyeni. Do you understand? Iyeni instead of Iyami. Iyeni. It's same thing, but it's within the Ijebu people that will understand. But they can actually come to your level and say Yami, you understand. But when they are with each other, they speak the local Yoruba.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Yes, that's it. Like Oyona will say, Oyona will say Yami. Oyo can say Mami, Mami. That depends on the state. So that's it.
So, but then I'll think for the sake of those who are watching us, we will have to stick to the Lagosian,
No, we have to
the basic,
general
general Yoruba,
all
yes,
the
all the Yorubas. One that can help you everywhere that you go.
that's the basic
All right.
one.
So let's say, for instance, okay, before you start anything, you have to greet.
Greet, yes, that's
Yeah,
the
a
first
caro for the older
Good
person,
morning, yeah.
and then caro for younger ones.
Caro.
Yeah, caro, and then now from there on, what other words can should you need to know?
Okay, I think for travelers, for foreigners, if you are coming down to Lagos, like let's assume after greeting, you can say Ejo. Ejo is please.
Oh,
Ejo is please, because I'm teaching you some appealing words that can make you to people to reason, people to can talk to you, people will be willing to help you. Ejo is please. After greet the person, like good morning, ekaro, ejo. Do you remember I say once starts a word in Yoruba, that means somebody that's older than you.
Ejo.
Ejo, that means you can say jo.
Jo.
Jo for somebody that you're older than. Jo.
Yeah.
So you can say ejo, please. I am going to so please. Ejo, help me check out this address. Ejo, please. Good morning, ekaro. Ejo. You understand?
Yes.
Kindly help me check this address. Ejo, ẹ bá mi wo address yìí. Ẹ bá mi wo, like help me to look into this address. Ejo, please remember this. Ejo, please. Even before you speak English, because you know that they understand English.
Yes. Yes.
But you want them to answer you quickly.
Yes. Yes.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ mà, ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mà. Once you say that, forget it. They are ready to answer.
They can answer anything.
They can go extra mile.
You can even go to English, then they will understand.
In Nigeria, we have a song like "There are 5 magic words. There are 5 magic words that I know. Is excuse me, sorry, thank you, and the last one, pardon me." Those are 5 magic words that when you use it, it's create magic. Excuse me, sorry, thank you, pardon me. It's a very, very powerful words. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, pardon me. Oh, thank you. No, these are words that people, even someone that wants to get angry, let's, oh, pardon me, I'm very sorry. Person will calm down. So we call it magic words. When you're kindergarten, they sing the song for when we were growing up. So that's Ejo, please. Oh, after that, Eshe. After giving you, rendering the help that you need. Eshe. Thank you. That's it. Eshe Gon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Eshe. Thank you very much, Eshe Gon.
Yes. And for somebody a bit younger, you say Oshe.
Oshe. Remi. That's the tone mark. Remi. Oshe. Remi. Oshe. Because you can write Oshe down. O-S-E. It can stand for Oshe. Soup. It can stand for Oshe. Thank you.
So, is it safe to say that well, of course, everybody speaks English. Not everybody, but the majority speak English. But then, if you can learn the Yoruba, it will take you a it will take you further, or endear. I mean, it will endear you towards the people that you're
Yeah,
exchange with.
what I can say is, Nigeria is we have the different languages. Most especially, we have three major languages in Nigeria. But as far as I'm concerned, I feel like learning Yoruba is actually one of the best thing you ever achieve in Nigeria because the Western people has a lot of influence. I'm not saying it because I'm a Yoruba person, but I'm saying it because of what I can see. We have a lot of influence. Even when it comes to the entertainment industry, they have a lot of high, influence. So when you learn, even the Igbos that are here in Lagos, the Igbos that are here in other Yoruba part, they'll try to learn the Yoruba for better communication for their businesses and all of that. So I feel it's not even about Yoruba alone. I feel like once you learn when we were in school, literature teacher taught us that once you learn a language, that means automatically you become the citizen of that particular country, not by document, but at least for the fact that you can speak the language of a particular country.
You are
That
integrated.
that makes it like at least 50% citizen of the particular country. So once you understand Yoruba, that makes you a Yoruba person.
Oh yes, it does.
It does.
But then now, okay, besides the Yoruba, there is also something else that I've been hearing all over here. For those who do not know, they will think that it's
Another language.
yes, it is another language, but it's actually a distorted version of English, which in itself gave birth to a language. I mean, that called Pidgin, and it's spoken also alongside Yoruba.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Pigeon. I will tell you the origin of pigeon. I don't know if I'm correct, but I think I am correct. The origin of pigeon, yeah. Let me before I will say this, I want to explain something to you. You know that we have the Anglophones countries, we have the
Francophone
Francophones
countries, yes.
countries. So imagine me meeting with the Francophones, and imagine me meeting with an Anglophone countries. Imagine we were not colonized. Just imagine that we are not colonized. Then there's nothing like English. So what, like you now, you are originally
Speak
from
French.
you speak French.
Yes.
No, no, no. I don't want to like your typical language.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that we are not colonized. We
Okay,
are not
yeah, yeah,
colonized.
yeah.
You speak your typical language,
Yes, I
and
will.
I'm also speaking my typical. How do you want to communicate? Now talk to me. How is it possible? Are we gonna communicate?
It will be a bit of a challenge.
Challenge, right?
Yes.
It's not. It's gonna be a big challenge because you speak yours, I'm speaking mine. Nobody wants to understand anybody, but because we have like we have a common language that we speak like English because of the colonization. So we have a lingua franca that we speak. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
So that's what makes life more easy.
Easier,
Look
yes.
at you, look at me. You speak English, I speak English. So we communicate and
Yes.
it makes things easy. So that thing applies to Nigeria. We have three different languages. We have the Igbos, Hausa, and the Yoruba. So English is a general language that everybody speaks. For those that goes to school, that have acquired knowledge from the school, like the formal education, you know,
Yes.
that's the people that will know how to speak like the correct
English.
English. So what happens to those that does not go to school? What did they speak?
Yeah.
How did they communicate? How did the Yoruba person communicate with the
The
Igbo?
Igbo, yes.
So that's where the pidgin comes in. That's our own the way of.
Yeah, it's a
Do you understand why I use the first example
I get it.
about the
Yes, yes.
colonization war the Anglophones about? So
So
that's
it
the
helps you
pidgin.
to blend in wherever
So you can speak with anybody with the pidgin in the country. Igbos understand the pidgin, Yorubas understand the pidgin, Hausas understand the pidgin. So that's it. The only place you can have problem is with the Hausas. But most of them that lives in Lagos understand the pidgin.
But for me, when I hear pigeon at first, I'm like, I can't believe that whoever it's okay. I had a preconceived notion that when somebody speaks pigeon, it's because their English is not fluent. But I've actually been shocked, even you switching from broken English, which is like pigeon, now to like corporate English the next moment. And I'm like, how do you manage to do this?
Like I said earlier, it's for pidgin is basically for those that have not gone to school to acquire a formal education. Pidgin is like a broken English, like a broken English. Like let me give you an example. Like how are you? The pidgin who says how you day. How are you is the correct English, but the pidgin English is how you day. Do you understand?
I understand.
Then you answer, I am fine. I am fine. Pidgin will say, I do. I do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
For another example, you can just meet your longtime friend. Say, bro, how far now? Where you been there now? Where have you been? Where you been there? Where have you been?
Mm.
Yeah, I do area. I've been around. I do area.
Mm.
Simply means I've been around.
Mm. Mm.
So that's it.
Yeah. But do you think? I mean, I think then Pidgin is more influential than English on the streets of Nigeria. In the streets of Nigeria, like Igbo land, Yoruba land, and all over.
Yeah. I would say it's more influential because you use English when you go to some official places, and it's not our mother's tongue, and we find it more. Sometimes we find it hard to speak English. Sometimes nothing like you speaking your mother's tongue. You're free. You express your feelings. Your deep down feelings. You express it to your mother language. But English, you have to like compose yourself. You have to be careful.
Grammar,
Most especially in
vocabulary.
yeah, you have to. Most especially in Nigeria, once you speak like a grammatical error, they laugh at you in Nigeria, which is so sad.
Yes.
So in Nigeria, you have that's why you see Nigerians we understand more like we understand English in Nigeria, like we speak more better in Nigeria because you have to be very careful when you're speaking English because once you make a mistake, bro, you're trending. Before you know, they turn into music.
You can easily trend in
Bro,
Nigeria.
before you know, bang bang. Like, just some couple of guys just add beat to it. JYK mule go bang bang, bang bang. They just put that your area there. Before you know, you're everywhere.
You're a celebrity.
That's why when you're speaking in a public place, like I am now, I don't know the grammar I've broken. I don't know if I've broken any grammar. Probably tomorrow I'll just see myself on the TV. I'll just see that, bro, I've made it. I fucked up. But, bro, I don't care. It's not my father. It's not my mother's.
Yeah, and with us here, it doesn't, even for me, it doesn't really matter because you're already taking a stride. So yeah, for me, I think it really doesn't matter whether you speak with grammatical errors or not. The most important is to receive your message. Because it's not your language, neither it is
Yeah,
mine.
there's something we say in Nigeria
You know.
they'll say, you will say, understanding no matter. So it doesn't really matter how you speak, so far I understand you. It is what it is. That's why you see a music whereby it doesn't is the music is sung in a local language goes viral. It simply means that music is a general language for everybody. It doesn't really matter the language. I'm trying to understand the word like music is there's a word they use for music is something something something. That's why you see that you don't understand some language, but you just tend to like
Yeah,
love the music.
yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. So far you understand what you're saying. Understanding no matter.
No, I think we have to go beyond pointing fingers at speaking wrong. I mean, at speaking with errors, and then start paying attention to what the other person is really trying to say. Because it's English. I mean, a language is to convey a message. And if I could learn Pidgin, I probably would. But with my accent, obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a problem because I'm not really Nigerian, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind learning and then use it as a medium of communication because that's what almost everybody around here speaks.
Yeah, it's fine if you learn it. Like I said, it's a plus for you, man. When I went to the north, I tried to learn. I learned a little bit. I can speak a little bit of northern language. Like
Nagode.
Nagode is thank you. Magode is thank you. We also thank you. Wa is come. Y is zo. Come. Zo. Come. Come here, zo mana.
Anola.
Hmm?
Anola.
What's that?
I think it's like evening.
No, and also I can greet you in our in Agejia.
Oh, okay.
In our
That's ba.
like in our I think it's now it's good morning or good afternoon, but it's greeting. Then in Agejia, like I think Agejia is our market. I don't know. I understand some of it, but not really, not that much. But at least they can, with the one we're seeing around, they can. How much? Yeah, if you can ask them, they also have that. How much? Nawa ne, nawa, nawa is how much? How much is everything? Nawa nindoka. How much is everything? Nawa nindoka. So I learn whenever I travel. I try to learn. Even when I went to Tanzania, I learned their language a little. Mambo, Poa, blah blah blah.
Abari Aleo.
Abari,
Suri.
Abari, Zasuburi,
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, And speaking of traveling, actually, you've visited a couple of African countries. What
Yeah.
were your impressions? Not as a Nigerian visiting a country, but as another African in a different region of Africa. What was your impression?
Yeah, I won't lie to you, man. I won't, should I tell you the truth?
Please do.
We should be. I think all African countries should be joined together, bro. All blacks country, African countries to be joined together as one country. Because I don't really see big difference among us.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think all of us were. It's crazy when you have to like get a visa before you could go to an African country. I just think it's a very, very crazy thing because I think we are all the same. I've been to Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, Tanzania, Uganda, and bro, no difference. The only difference is the language. You don't understand. The only difference is because I felt comfortable everywhere I've been to. So, Africa, all Africa. I just think this is why people just try to use what I just do what they got to do to please themselves.
I think we should rather blame ourselves, before blaming others. I'll tell you why. Because the visa, for instance, coming into Nigeria, let's say Ugandan need visa, that is applied by the Nigerian government, and probably because it's reciprocal to maybe what the Ugandan government is expecting of Nigerian citizens. So you can't blame anybody else, but like the government, and blame ourselves for.
The thing what I say is it's bad beyond measures. It's bad beyond control. This is how we started. This is the initiative the white people made us believe that we have to be borders, we have to be this. We didn't demarcate ourselves, they did, isn't it? So that is the idea, that's what they made us to believe. So it has been like that. Now it is bad beyond measures.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me who wanna say, okay, we wanna join the whole African country together now.
No, I think you know what. Yes, of course. It's colonizations.
Yes,
Just
that was what I made us
yeah,
believe.
yeah. It's
Very
it's it's
hard
it's
now.
cut. A whole country or a whole nation into different portions and then gave it names.
Yeah.
But then our colonization ended. So should have borders. Don't you think so? The borders should have ended with colonization, because in Europe there's literally no borders
Let me
now,
tell you
and we
something,
are
man.
still the very same
Do
one.
you think that the colonization ends in Africa? Answer sincerely. Do you think colonization ends in Africa?
It has never ended. Yes.
So forget about you talking about closure of borders or
Yeah.
immediately. It hasn't ended, bro. It's still on like hot,
Yeah.
but it's just like before it's physical. Now it's not physical no more. It's underground, but it has not ended, bro. I don't believe that shit that colonization ended. But they just gave us a physical independence. That's it. So look at what's happening in Congo, South Africa, Uganda, Rwanda. Look at what's happening over there. You telling me that colonization has ended? Nah, bro. Look at what's happening in Togo, bro. Nah, it's still on, like on, oh, but it's not physical like it used to be. So it's crazy, man. This is where we find ourselves. We got no choice. But as far as I'm concerned, in a little way, I can let them know that we are Africa and we are for ourselves. We can stand on our own. I will do it.
I think you're right, and especially when you bring out the question of unity there, because I'm looking at you and I'm looking at myself. Look at how close we are.
Bro.
We literally, like, we came from the same womb, but we are from two different countries. But then yet here we are sitting and having a blast in conversations and stuff.
If anyone comes here, talk to you, hi, you say hi, hi. Nobody knows where you're from. But if you're white, they know you're not from here.
Yeah, I mean the skin of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. When someone comes and say hi, hi, they think you're Nigerian, they don't know where you're
Yeah,
coming from,
yeah.
they don't know. Except from the South Sudan is there. Some people that has a look of some people has a country look.
Yeah.
Some people has a country like me, I don't have a country look. I can claim anywhere.
Yeah. You can even be like Angolan or Congolese or
Like when I
Cameroonian.
was in Tanzania because I tinted my hair, people thought I'm from they calling me Congo man, Congo man, Congo man, Congo man. Because the way I was dressing as a Congo, used to be able to have like swag,
Yeah.
kind of. So that's what I'm saying. Like
They love
until I
crazy shoes.
speak, then I'm like, he's not from. But if I'm white, you don't need to. I need to tell you, I'm not black. I'm not an African.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That black, we're all the same, bro. We are all the same.
No, we really are, and I think for me again, what pains me the most is that as you say, the question of visas there. Look, my passport only has like 32 pages. You saw it. Now I have two passports clipped together. You get what I'm saying? And there's 55 countries in Africa, so I can barely have enough pages to cover up the visas for like all the African countries if I were to travel. So it doesn't really make sense to have visas. Instead, we should have been granted access, free access.
Free access. I feel like Africans, we need to like stand up. This is the time we need to wake up, bro, because the mentality of getting a visa before you could go to an African country doesn't make
The country is next door.
But it doesn't make any sense, bro. Doesn't make it. Why? What is ECOWAS? What is Commonwealth? What is all of that? What is all of that? Discrimination in another form. What is
Yes.
that? What is French speaking country? What is English speaking country?
CFA.
What is Anglophones?
CFA.
What is CFism? What is that? That's
Eastern African.
what is meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? That's discrimination, bro. That's insane, bro. Because the same so far you have the same skin, we should be able to like gain access to.
This should be an African visa right
Yeah,
here, right?
Yeah. This
You
is
look
me.
at my face and
You
you
know,
yeah, that's my visa.
this is my visa.
Yeah.
But it's insane. Yeah, I'm going to Ghana. I have to pay a visa, pay amount of money, and I have to like fly down, pay a lot of money for ticket. I have to get there. Rent an apartment.
Deal with immigration also.
I love the fact. I don't know if you heard about Culture. I love what that app is doing because
Yes.
with
yes.
Culture, you meet a lot of Africans who get to stay in their house without paying. That's. I think that application is created by a white man, by a typical white man that's not like the racist. Because that app has helped a lot of people. Imagine me living in Uganda for like 2 weeks and staying with somebody somebody I don't know for 2 weeks, and I'm 100% okay with them. Look at you, you're staying with us. You don't know me, I don't know you, but you could.
Yeah.
That's it. That app is bringing people together. It's uniting people again.
And the funny thing is that you create even more everlasting friends in that way than you
Yeah.
ever did in real life. Do you think?
That's what the African president, the African leaders should promote. Such application is what they should promote, not what they're fighting up and down.
And the funny thing is, it's a necessary fight within one country and another. And for me, the strange thing is, having been in several of these countries,
No, point of correction. Fights can happen. It's normal. Even two brothers fight. But what you're fighting on should be something reasonable.
yes,
Fight
thank
can
you for the
happen.
correction.
Normal.
A fight
Even
should
you and I,
fight.
if your brothers
Yes,
can fight.
but I'm talking about like the basics, as in like the borders and
Yeah,
the immigration and stuff. That shouldn't be an issue.
Nah, it shouldn't be an issue, but I just feel this is where we find ourselves. And to be correct, it's like Yoruba used to say, like a dry fish is very hard to bend. We are dry in Africa. We dry already. We can't. Nobody can bend us. You understand? Once a fish is not yet dry, like it's just taken from the river, you can bend it, put a stick into between it. Last like a proverb, like a dry fish can't be bent again. Once you try to like bend a dry fish, what happens to it?
It breaks.
It breaks. So Africa is dry already, bro. As far as we are concerned, if we want to be true with each other, as far as we are concerned, we know that we dry already. We dried up already. And if anybody tries to like bend us, we break, and that's it.
So, do you think there is a way out of that? Because I mean, there are already ways. Because and this is also what makes me very proud is that I'm looking at people interacting, from different countries and different regions, different languages, but getting closer together and then speaking on subject and topic that really matters, things that even governments are not able to do. But the question remains: do you think there is any hope, despite the fact that those people are doing it?
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at how close I am with Arenga and how
Yeah.
close I am with you.
There's one saying that charity begins at home. I don't know if you heard about it. Charity begins at home. So the only hope we have is to start from the grassroots. That's the only hope. We can't start from there. We start from the bottom, and that's what we are doing now. That's what we are doing now. We start from the bottom because the leaders are not helping. Nigerians is not ready to calm down for Ghana. Ghana is not ready to calm down for Togo. Togo is not ready to calm down for Angola. Angola is so where we start from is the bottom. We start from the bottom. What we are doing now.
Yeah.
We spread love from the bottom, then it goes up.
Definitely, because I know if you were to be a Nigerian president, you will lift all the visa restrictions
Bro, if
for all African countries,
Bro.
and I will do in a heartbeat.
if I am opportune to become the president of this country, bro, anybody can come in freely to fire an African. This is your visa. All you need to do is just to register. You stamp in to legalize. You're coming in and you're going out. That's it.
That's it. Register and behave.
Behave yourself. Once you misbehave,
You
we
know,
take you out.
I'm in a Yoruba land now. I have to behave the Yoruba way. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. It's abnormal when you get to a particular country that you misbehave. It doesn't speak well. You're not representing your country. You're not being a good ambassador of your country. That's just all I could say. All I could say is no. Somebody that wants to leave his country for another man's country won't go there to misbehave. Except you're a drug addict or you have a mental
Mental
problem.
problem. Yeah.
So that's like I said, it starts from grassroots. But if you are expecting to start from the top, nah, bro, it's getting worse.
No, I think in the top is I think they're even more stubborn than than
Yeah,
those at the
it's from
grassroots
the
because
grassroots.
you have seen the world. You've seen the world.
A
So
little bit, a little bit.
well, yeah, it's still the world, even if
Yeah,
it's little,
yeah,
however
yeah,
little.
yeah.
So you've seen it, and then you understand how you interact, in it,
Bro, I'm
and yeah,
free. Whenever I go to Africa, I'm free. Plus Nigerians are always free everywhere.
and here I am as well. I'm free here.
Like you are free.
I'm like this is my home. I'm wearing flip flops, sandals. You
Walking
got
around the way you want.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Midnight.
Midnight,
Nothing,
12, 10,
yeah.
walking. Bro, when I went to Uganda, we went to a club at night. We left the club, but we went to like two clubs. So we left the club around 1, 2. Bro, we saw a bike that took us from the club back home. We were just walking around the street. So free. This guy was looking at me. I stayed with the city boys. That are the city boys. We walk all around at night, no disturbances. A white man should be scared. We were with some white men. We were walking together. A lady and a guy, like the couples together. They came to have fun in Africa. We were all rooting together. They feel so comfortable that we blacks are with them. So if the white person can walk around at night in Africa, you understand what I'm saying? So we should be free in our own country too. We should be comfortable in our own country. We should be free in our continent. You understand what I'm saying?
I do understand, and the problem that I have is the reason why people have this, like, I'll give an example. For instance, if you say Nigeria, it's all sorts of negative news that just comes up. If you say Congo, it's just all this negative news that comes up. But then when you are on in the land, in the country itself, you see nothing of that. So I think we also need, as you say, it starts from the grassroots, but we also need to start rewriting the narrative of Africa and what Africans really are, because
One thing about what you said about Nigeria and other African countries. One thing I want everybody to understand that Nigeria is one of the most blessed countries on earth. Take it or you take it. You can't leave it. You take it or you take it. Nigeria is one of the most blessed countries on earth. You know, but in a country whereby the leader fails to do the right thing, where the citizens are trying to survive, you should expect the worst.
yes,
That's the thing that my mentor used to tell me that
there are no rules.
That's the thing that my mentor used to tell me that in the means of surviving, anything can happen. Imagine someone that falls into the river mistakenly and wants to survive. You want to save the person
Drowning.
from drowning. You that want to save the person, you need to immediately the person falls into the river. You don't go immediately to save him, because once you go immediately to save him, he's going to drag you in. So you look at him, you wait for him to drink like a little bit of water to reduce his strength, then you go so that he doesn't have strength to get both of you to drown in the river. Do you get it? So when people are trying to survive in a country where the leader fails to provide for its citizen, anything will happen. That is what is happening to Nigeria right now. But I can tell you that here we have leaders here, we have superstars here, we have the bright futures here, we have engineers here, we have entrepreneurs, here, we have a lot of people, we have doctors where
Captains of
go
industry.
online, you see it.
Dangote.
We have a lot of people, we have rich people, we have blessed people, we have human resources, we have natural resources, we have a whole lot of things. But it is what it is. This is what we find with ourselves. If people can go online and check a negative, check about a negative about Nigeria, you should come and see yourself, not listening to what you see online. And more so, US is more corrupt than we do.
That's very true.
So what's the problem? It's because they
The
have
problem
control
is
over the
mainstream
media.
media.
They have control over the media,
It's the media.
which we don't have the control over. Okay, in US, yeah, some people, like we had the news that a guy just entered into a school, a lot of like 42 students or something. US,
It never happens here.
bro, it never happens here,
Yeah.
bro. You can say you
I
started,
know.
you can say you have been in Nigeria for a couple of times. You have been
Yeah.
walking around at night.
Yeah.
Even something you can do in your country, you're doing it here, and you say if nobody's collected your phone, nobody embarrassed you, nobody. I'm saying
Yeah.
US is way more than corrupt than most of these African countries, but because they have the way they control their media and the now let's assume one thing just happened now, or let's just say somebody just falls into the pool, the person is trying to survive. You see Nigerians picking up their phones, recording the person, posting it online. Then you will see the way the media will put it out. Oh, a guy jumped into the pool, his friend pushes him, and that was not what happened. But they like to like coin the story in a way that will in a way that will preach the negative part of Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look at what happened in Qatar when I was coming back from Tanzania. I got to Qatar, they canceled our flight. The videos on my YouTube channel. Why do you cancel our flight? They said they someone back in Nigeria because of the election. So because of our safety, we have to stay in Qatar for 2 days.
I actually was next door when the elections were happening, and then based on the feedback that I was getting from,
But we were telling them that let us go. It's our country. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing happening. They said no. We saw in news that they killed a lot of people because of the election. We said no. Let us go. It's our country. We know how to survive. We know how to make our way. Meanwhile, we know that that thing might happen in one corner of the country, like one small part of the country.
It's
They will just
two incidents,
just two incidents.
and
They'll
make
just
it broad.
make it broad. So they said we are not going. That we have to wait for our safety. But we told them no, we are leaving, which we left the next day. That's a typical example of what I'm saying. The way they push the news to the people. It's
Let me tell you a shocking story, a very shocking story. I was reading this news actually. It was from a big mainstream media, a British mainstream media. And you know what the title of the article was? I think it says 1 in 3 Congolese men are raped.
Can you imagine that? Can you just take a look at that?
You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine that? That's what I do tell people that once I'm meeting a new person, then let's just say someone that knows the person that tells me, be careful, that guy, be careful, be aware of that guy. Bro, no, I want to know. I won't listen to what you say and judge that person because I've not even met the person. I don't know what the person. I don't know what the person is capable of being. I don't know the relationship between the both of you. I don't know if you are the bad person. So I myself have to like move closer to the person and learn about him. Then know if what you're saying about him is true. And eventually, in most cases, you find out that what they're saying about the particular person is wrong.
And remember, it's their perception, but they are trying to paint. They're trying to paint the person in a. Let me tell you something. Coming from originally a French country, the the French media is not very kind on Nigeria. All right. I don't really know. Also, maybe I missed a chapter or something. I don't know what happened between the two countries. But every time there's something bad that happens, it is Nigeria. Now it's even creates a phobia for neighboring countries that speak French to come here. I've met somebody right here in Benin, a republic, who is telling me even if he's paid $1 million, he will never come to Nigeria. But then again, it's mainstream media.
Yeah.
He's fed by mainstream media,
And that goes a long way.
it really
It
does.
goes a long way. But I want to tell you, wherever you're watching from, come to Nigeria. I'm telling you, Nigeria is one of the safest countries in Africa. Don't listen to the media. Look at him, he has been here. He has been free walking around. Nigeria is one of the safest places. The white people don't like Nigerians because we have pride of ourselves. We don't allow you to rile on us. We don't allow you to look down on us. So you see that as pride. If that is what you see as a pride, there's no problem.
Well, what I love with you is you're outspoken and you don't care. You weigh your words, but it is what it is. Take it as you want.
Take it as you want it. It is what it is, bro. The least you would do is to kill me, but you can't do that. You can't do that.
Even if they kill you, nothing changes. The message is out.
Burna Boy said, "You can only kill me, but you can't kill my destiny." That's it. That's it. Even if you kill me, I've spoken. A lot of people have heard it.
Yeah.
That's the destiny.
It's out there.
It's out there already. So that's it. So that's it. I just believe that. I believe I'm not discriminating. The white people are good. The black people are good because I've met a lot of white people and they have been good. Look at when my dad traveled to the Schengen countries. Look at the hospitality the white people give to him. So I just think all I could say is we have the good people. Like my dad used to say. He said we only have two different type of people. We have the good and the bad. He doesn't say we have the whites and the blacks. So we have the good.
And I have deep respect for your father, right? I love your dad, bro. I really do.
So you have the good and the bad. No, you have the white or you have the black or you have the You have Nigerian, you have a francophone. No,
No,
I
no,
said
no,
the good
no. And the
or the
bad.
bad. We have the bad among the whites.
Mm.
We have the bad among the blacks. We have the good among the white. We have the good among the blacks. So it is what it is.
And you know who brought me here? You know who brought me here? It was a couple, you know, a couple. We were in a car, and then I was gonna get dropped off. I don't know if he told you the story. I was gonna get dropped off a bit further, and then you know these guys actually brought me inside the car and said, no, you're not dropping off here. You have to drop off at a certain place. And they were going somewhere else. You know what they did? They got down of the car with me at my station, and then they brought me all the way to your father.
Wow.
I promise you, they brought me all the way there. They were like, and I'm like, they couldn't have been anywhere else. I mean, and this is Nigeria, the place where people are telling you, beware, be careful. But these are the people that like, they were even holding my luggages and stuff. Like, don't worry, let's take you there. That guy was gonna take you in the wrong place. They took, and then they were calling him. They were calling your father and say, he's here, he's with us. We're coming to you. Where are you? And then, I don't even know if they'll be watching this, but thank you very much, thank you. And this is the hospitality that I found here. So for me, I love Nigeria, I love Africa,
Only
and
prayer you will be praying whenever you wake up every day is, God, watch over me. Because nobody's perfect. Lord, watch over me. You might go to the safest country in the world and still encounter bad things. You might go to the safest country in the world and still encounter bad people. So the best prayer you say is, God, look over me, watch over me. So that's it. Once God is protecting you, you don't need man's protection. That's it. That's my belief because I'm a religious person. So
well, I mean, you've spoken a lot and you said quite interesting things. And if you were to close this little dialogue that we had, African dialogue, Pan African dialogue, what would you say, to close it up? What would you say?
yes, what I would say is the best thing you would ever do in life is to love your neighbor, regardless of who you are, regardless of your color, regardless of where you're from. Love. That's it. Because with love, everything comes next. What brought us together?
Love.
That's it. Love. Look at everybody here. Love.
Love.
If there's no love here, if there's a chaos, anybody's sitting down. That's it. That's what I would say. Love everybody. Love your neighbor as yourself. The Bible says it.
The
That's
Quran
that's
says it.
the Quran says it too. That's what I would say.
Every religious book.
That's all I would say. That's all I would say. Love. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. Love yourself first, then love your neighbor. That's it.
Thank you very much, JC, man. I appreciate you as a person, as a brother, as everything, And then, yeah, I'm going to put a link to JC's channel below. And then we're going to have a lot more conversations like this because I think we need that.
Yeah, we need
We,
that.
we need, we need.
I'm so glad we started with something different and we ended with something different.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk, we move from religion, politics, and
Yeah. I think it's okay.
yeah.
But I believe one day we will realize why we're African. We will gonna realize it. We will definitely going to realize it. We are realizing it already.
We are already. I have realized it already.
I have realized already. And
So only a few more left.
people to realize it. So it is what it is. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I think with this frequent of us, we are able to convince and not to convince you that we are one.
Yeah.
We
We really are one.
We are one Africa, regardless of where you're from. Angola, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Dubai, America, USA, Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Burundi, wherever you are in the world, we're one. Because nobody has ever caught it ourselves and say blue blood. We see red.
Yeah.
So that's it. That makes us one.
True. And for me, one last word: drop the borders, drop the visas. It doesn't really make sense in 2023. It really doesn't. It's very stupid.
This
You're making money, but you're not making sense. This is the visa right here. The only visa you need to move around Africa. It's right there.
like when you see an Ibadan man, a typical Ibadan man will have a tribal mark on his face. So once you see the tribal mark, you don't need to ask him where are you from. So that should happen. So that should also apply to us. Once you see the skin color,
Yeah.
you stamp our passport and you let us in.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Till very next time. Take care. Bye.